All right. So thank you guys so much for being on here. I'm going to go ahead and mute you guys just for now, but I want you to unmute yourself if you have any questions at all, because I do want this to be interactive. I don't want to just talk at you the whole time, but I'm excited to share with you what I've been doing for 10 years. I don't know if you guys even know this. I've been a coach for 10 years with Beachbody. Long story short, I kind of found fitness in high school. If you saw my Instagram post yesterday, I went through this little year of my life. It was a hard transition in high school where my parents moved me my sophomore year of high school. You know, you leave like your first love and you kind of find like yourself lonely and you start eating your emotions and all that stuff. I kind of went through a little like heavier stage. And I honestly think that kind of set the trajectory of where I am right now in fitness, because I started running before cheer practice every morning to get that weight off that I had gained. And I was literally known as the crazy person during cheer practice. I mean, like they'd all be like, there goes Ashlee running her 2 miles before we actually have to cheer and practice for 2 hours. And our cheer practices were like tumbling practices. Like we didn't just stand around and practice cheers. It was like we were competitive, and it was like crazy because I just moved to this new school and it was a big squad and all this stuff. So anyways, I found fitness young. I went to college, started gaining the freshman 15 again, started going back into that stage of weight gain. And I knew that there had to be something out there for me. And that's when my mom, I actually have to give her credit for this. My mom told me, like, you should get trained to be an instructor. You've done fitness your whole life. You've been a cheerleader. You've loved track. You've done all these sports. You don't have it anymore in college. So you should do this. And I was like, all right. So I went and I got certified to teach group fitness. And at 19 years old, I became a group fitness instructor. It helped me lose that freshman 12 that I actually gained, not 15, 12. And then about 4 years later, the Beachbody coaching came into play. So I worked for Shakeology Johnson, and she was the one that taught me all about teaching and mentoring others in health and fitness. And it was because of her and who my coach is that I trusted and said, okay, they see something in this company that's longevity, right? That's going to be more than just teaching 20 hours a week and more than just personal training. So I had been a personal trainer already for 4 years. And I knew, like, moving forward, I didn't want to live in a gym. Like it wasn't for me for the rest of my life. I loved one-on-one coaching, personal training, but I knew that there was more to it. So I honestly just kind of ran with this whole coaching thing. I didn't even know what it was, but I trusted the person that told me about it. And they told me, the way they explained it was, you're like a virtual or an accountability partner to somebody. And I was like, well, I already know what that feels like, because I already feel like I'm a cheerleader to all my clients, you know, and I'm already a cheerleader in group fitness and doing all this stuff. So why not? Why not just take this extra step? So I saw a vision in that it would get me out of personal training so that I didn't live at the gym, because I don't know about you guys coming from health and fitness field. I worked when people weren't working. So I would personal train between 5:30 and then when people went to work. And then I would maybe train a couple clients during the day, maybe some stay-at-home moms or maybe some lunch hour clients. Then I'd have like a huge gap in my day. So I'd have to come back to the gym at 4 o'clock and I would work until 8, you know? And I was a college student at the same time. And then I was in my master's program doing all of this. And I didn't see that being like my life forever. I knew there had to be something more. And so when they brought this whole coaching thing to me, I was like, all right, it kind of seems up my alley. So I trusted, and here I am 10 years later. I still actually do the same exact things that I did 10 years ago today. And that's what I love about it. It's very simple. It's like, hey, wake up and drink your Shakeology and have your cup of coffee and read for personal development. And then, you know, sprinkle what you've learned out to the country and share with someone on social media what you've learned, and basically just live your life out loud so that you can hopefully motivate and inspire others and help them how you've been helped by what you've done in your life. So in a nutshell, guys, that's what Beachbody has allowed me to do, and that's what Beachbody can allow others to do. It's basically a catalyst that has helped me, and all you're doing is sharing your life out loud. And I don't mean like every single coach has to put everything on social media. I know I am one of those super vulnerable people. I have not always been, by the way, but I do know, you guys know, I share everything. I share that I've been in marriage counseling. I've shared that I've had some mom failures. I share like everything. When I was let go from a gym and I was going through a really rough patch a year ago, I cried on Facebook Live and I shared with people what I'd learned from that. And I mean, I let people in because I know if I'm going through it, somebody else has to be going through the same thing out there. And it's kind of my way of healing to let people in and share with me their relations that they're having in the same like time of their life. It helps each other heal. So you don't have to share your life the way I do on social media, but it is a catalyst in which to help other people. And so in a nutshell, Beachbody is virtual personal training. If you come from fitness, it is accountability, it's leadership, it's personal development. I mean, goodness, I can go on forever, but you make it what you want. So the reason why I asked you guys to be on here is because, you know, you've been in a program for probably 30 days by now, or maybe you did a program with me a while back and maybe you're in limbo trying to figure out like what's next. Most people, once they've actually got a really good taste of what Beachbody provides, and I mean way more than just the fitness programs, but like the entire system that Beachbody provides, right? Like the entire lifestyle. So not only in the challenge groups, my challenge groups, do I say, hey, let's do a program and let's drink Shakeology. I mean, we're like reading books and like working on our mental health just as much as our physical health. Through that transformation that I hope you guys have felt over like the last 30 or more days, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to share this with you guys because this may be something where you want to take it to the next level. Some people decide to be coaches just as discount coaches and just to get discounts on their product. Maybe they want to stay on Shakeology and they just want 25% off. Some want to just do it as a hobby where they have access to helping others. So if their mom or their grandma's like, hey, MM100, you're really looking good right now. It's doing something for you. Can I jump on board? Then they have access to their own equipment, their own links, their own website. And a discount coach can turn into a hobby coach, as I like to call them. And they can just, you know, send their link out to their mom or their grandma or their sister or whoever. And they can say, yeah, just jump on board with us. I'll even add you to Ashlee's challenge group. So hobby coaches don't even have to really step up as a leader, but they can be there to pull others in. Maybe like a referral system to where you're just like, you know what? It's changed my life. It's worked for me. I would love for you to join me in September. And I'm going to ask Ashlee just to add you to the group. But instead of me getting credit for that person, because they love you and they want to help you out, you're going to get credit for that person. So that's kind of what I call a hobby coach. And then you've got people that are part-time and full-time that don't really know where they want to go. That's usually the part-time coach. It's like, I just want to dabble in it for a minute. Or you're like feeling like you've learned so much that you're ready to share. Like maybe Miracle Morning has changed your life and you're already starting to post on social media about how much it's helped you get up early and how much you do XYZ now during the day and how you're teaching your kids XYZ because that's what, you know, is in your brain now. So that kind of takes you into a different realm of leadership, right? So everyone enters this whole coaching thing at a different place in their life. And that's why I like to say, like, coaching is not a one size fits all. I think it can be for everybody, but it looks different for everybody. So what I love is helping you guys, helping people kind of find their light in Beachbody coaching. So it's not a get quick scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme. It is network marketing. Okay. So if you've ever dabbled in network marketing before, it is network marketing, but it's not a pyramid scheme because that's illegal. A pyramid scheme is when there is no trade of service or product. So it's like, hey, you buy in and it costs you $5,000 to buy in, but I'm going to give you $10,000 back. And then you're like, well, how does that happen? Right? That's a pyramid scheme. Like there's no exchange of product or anything. Whereas in Beachbody coaching, it's like, hey, you want to do my challenge group? Okay, here's how we're going to get you started. Let's get you on BOD. You have the option to do performance supplements, or you can do Shakeology or none, or we can get you the recovery formula only, or hey, you have an allergy to this. Here's your option. Here, we can do vegan versus this. So as a coach, you kind of help people figure out like what program and what supplements are going to work best for their lifestyle, right? And then you're just their cheerleader, their best friend to help them through the journey. So I wanted to just share that with you guys so that you knew like what it is, but also what it's not. You don't have to be a fitness professional to do it. That's my story. everybody that comes into this has a different story. Some of you guys have done fitness in your past. Some of you guys just love fitness. Like you haven't done it professionally, but you're just like, no, it's my jam. I can't wait to turn on my BOD or to do yoga or whatever it is that you love. And you just, it's like a piece of you now because it's changed your life. It's given you something to talk about to others, right? You feel good about your results. It's given you a story. So you turn that into something. So Beachbody coaches come into it from all different realms of life. On my team, I've got lawyers. Obviously, lawyers do pretty well for themselves, but they saw something in Beachbody that made them go, I'm going to do this as well, just for fun, just on the side. It's kind of crazy because the one coach I have in mind right now that is a lawyer on the team said that. And now, I mean, she's working it pretty hardcore, part-time, full-time, just because it's so fun. It's like it brings people together from all walks of life and you get so much fulfillment from that. Whereas maybe your day job doesn't bring you fulfillment, but right now it pays the bills. But what would it look like if you could like trade it? So some people join and they think they're going to be discount coaches, or they think they're going to be a part-time coach to pay off debt, but then they're like, no, this is way better than my day job. I'm actually going to replace my day job salary with this at work this more. So you never know what's going to happen. I've got school teachers. I've got coaches. What's up, Tiffany? She's on here right now. Well, what? She's a brand new coach with me, and that's what she does. I've got, I'm trying to think who else. Judy, used to be, you're full-time now, Judy, right? You're full-time. You quit your job. So Judy, you were a counselor? What was your
okay. Here, I'll put myself on video. I just felt weird coming back on. Hang on. Hi guys. Like, right, picture all like dolled up and now it's like first thing in the morning. Sorry, my glasses are glaring at you.
It's real life. Hey, it's fine.
I know, right? I just know, so full-time mommy, like I was stay-at-home mom, and then I went to work at my kid's school for like 7 years. And during that time is when I started Beachbody.
Were you counseling your kid's school though? Why am I saying counselor in the back of my mind?
Because that's what you do when you're at a charter school and it's really small. Okay. You run everything. So I did registrar, secretary, counselor, nurse, everything. Okay. So, so I was at the high school and so then I quit that because, well, I wanted to do this full time. So that's what I'm doing.
And I also, Judy, how long did it take you to actually become a coach?
I know, right? Well, honestly, it was like, let's see, when did you start, Ashlee? 10 years ago?
10 years ago.
10, okay. So I think you were teaching us PIO, I think, and you brought it to us there at the gym. So I'm a fitness instructor as well, personal trainer and fitness instructor. And you brought us PIO. And I think then you introduced me to it. But at that time, I was taking care of my mom who had Alzheimer's. And I was like, I can't add anything else. And so that was 8-9 years ago, I think. And then, and then 3 years ago now, 3 years ago now, I remember because you were so consistent and showing up on your social media, on your Facebook, that I remembered you when I was ready. And there was a time in my life at that time that I was like, I needed to find a solution for my friend. And I didn't want to have to come up with a shake of my own or a meal plan of my own for her. And I remember you did that just because you shared it all the time. And so your consistency showed me something that I'm like, I could use that now. And then I did it, and not going into it as a coach, not going into it to sell this at all or to do anything with it other than to use it for me and my friend, and fell in love with it. And then here I am.
Thank you. I just totally put you on the spot. Thank you.
Yeah, you're cool.
She's like, I didn't know I was going to have to show my face this morning. But thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. So like 6 years, like we talk and then it wasn't right in your life, which I totally respect all of that. And then all of a sudden you're like, hey, I remember Ashlee saying this thing, and it is a solution. I always like the definition of coach is really hard because it can mean so many things, right? Accountability partner, cheerleader, personal trainer, if you will, BFF. But like, it's basically like providing solutions. It's like a solution provider, you know? It's like someone's going through something in their life. They need something, their emotional health, their physical health, all of that may be deteriorating, or maybe their friend like you needed something. And it's like just a solution. It helps people. So think back, guys, on why all of you guys, you know, said yes to me. Those of you that are on here, you're my peeps, right? So why did you say yes? What about it made you go, that's a solution for me right now? And each one of you guys, if I was to ask you to share, which I won't, I put Judy on the spot, but I won't make you guys, unless you want to. I guarantee you each one of you guys joined just as a client of mine for a different reason, right? And that's all I do as a coach is I say, here's what I do. I can offer my services, I can offer my support, I can offer my love, my encouragement, and come to me if you need me, right? And so we each have individual conversations, and I learn a little bit about each one of you guys. And through that, I'm like, okay, I feel like this would be a solution for you because, and it's individual with each person. And that's what really connects and draws this bond between each of us. And I think that in the end is why you said yes to work with me, is because there was some kind of bond or trust developed. And that's all this is. Because here's one thing I hear a lot from people considering, oh yeah, but there's so many coaches out there. Like everyone's doing some sort of network marketing thing, or there's probably thousands of other coaches. Yeah, but there's not thousands of you, you know? What makes me different than Judy? What makes me different than Tiffany? What makes Tiffany and Judy different, right? That's a million different things. People are going to come to Ashlee and they're going to come to me for this, but they're also going to go to Judy for that. So I think that you have to realize that, you know, you're uniquely you. God made you the way you are. There's something that you can offer other people that the person next door, if they were a coach living literally right next door to you, wouldn't have the same kind of thing to offer. So I think you have to just like ask yourself, what is it that I can offer others? And you may not even know the answer to the question today, but has anyone ever reached out to you guys for advice on anything like motherhood, organization, anything, fitness? How about just questions like, what are you doing? This program that you put yourself on social media, Molly, has anyone ever asked you, you know, like I keep seeing your face and you're like talking about something in the camera and you're sweaty and there's a boomerang of you. I guarantee you guys are out there creating curiosity. You don't even realize it. So anytime you put yourself out there and you had no motive behind it except for I'm sharing because Ashlee has asked me to share and be out there for people so that you can actually be an example, right, for others so that you can motivate others. That's why I've asked you guys to post and to tag me, is because you are representing a demographic of healthy minded and bodied people. And so by doing that, you guys may not even realize what you're putting in other people's minds. And even if they haven't asked you the question yet, I guarantee you it's on the tip of their tongue. They want to know what you're doing, and they want to know why you're so happy, and they want to know why you can smile as you're doing burpee bolts or whatever it is that they've seen you do. So I love just putting that inspirational message out there on social media. And right now, even though I asked you to ask yourself, like, what could I add to other people's life? You may not know, but I guarantee you there's something that makes you awesome and uniquely you. I'm a mom of 2 boys, right? I'm a mom of 2 boys that has built a fitness business. I'm a mom of 2 boys that also trains instructors for a living. I'm a mom of 2 boys. I should say, and a wife. My husband's back there going, why isn't she like saying she's a wife? And I'm a wife that, you know, that teaches balance in family and in relationships, right? I'm a mom that teaches women how to say no and when to say yes. You know, like people don't think about that. There's lessons in all of our story that has nothing to do with Beachbody. So I teach lessons daily that has nothing to do with health and fitness, but people come to me because of the lessons I teach outside health and fitness. Then they say, oh, well, I love this about you. I'm going to follow you on social media and I want to learn from you. Oh, and then you do this fitness thing too. So let's put it all together and let's bundle it up for somebody, AKA Miracle Morning, right? Why do we do Miracle Morning during MM100? Because I saw it as an opportunity to help people realize that if you get up, you are so much more productive in the morning. And the program Morning Meltdown just went perfect with it, right? Beachbody didn't tell me to put Miracle Morning personal development into my challenge group. That's me. That was something that I was like, here's an extra that I can give my people, because if we can change mentality and mindset, then we can change anything. It's people's mindset that holds them back, right? So right now, you guys might be like doubting yourself, like, or considering this and going, well, I don't know. I'm not Ashlee. I haven't done fitness forever, and I don't know stuff about nutrition, and I don't blah, blah, blah. But your people, they don't know me. They don't know Ashlee. So they're not going to compare you to me. They don't know anything about me, right? Unless you've told them to like follow me. They really don't know anything about me. So I had to tell this, I think of Tiffany, we talked about this, like comparing yourself to me, right? I was like, your people don't know me. They don't know who I am. So they're not going to go, oh, well, Tiffany doesn't do it like Ashlee, so she's not good enough for me. They're going to go, no, Tiffany is showing me this. I can learn from that. Sign me up, because I need your help, because obviously I can't do it alone. And that, I think in a nutshell, is what Beachbody is. It's community. It's literally, it's bringing people together. Some coaches on my team have been with me for over 3 to 5 years, and they haven't been building their business, but they've been sticking to like all of our team calls, everything. They're in my challenge groups because of community, because they would have fallen off the bandwagon years ago if they didn't have the extra community. I have one coach that's never sold one thing in her life, and she is still on calls because she grasps something from every team call we have, because it's personal development. It's mindset. So there's just so much you can get out of it that you don't even know. So I want to just end by saying, like, it's not sales. It's about opening up your heart and sharing with people your journey, what's got you to where you are today. And you might not have it complete yet, and that's okay. You don't have to have a Beachbody to be a Beachbody coach. I'll also say that. People are like, oh, but I don't have the body that I need for people to trust. No, you have the body that you need right now for people to see hope. You know what I mean? They see hope in who you are and what you're doing right now. You give them hope by showing them that you get up every day, whether you have a six-pack or not. That's what they see. And that's what we need to be showing people. So that's what we do as coaches. We share what we want. I'm not going to pressure you to post on social media every day like I do. I show up to stories every day. I don't even post every day anymore. But I just share up to stories, because stories are raw and they're real. It allows people to see into my life. It allows people to see my perspective through the lens of my camera. So they see how I mom. They see how I wife. They see that I like date nights. They see that I exercise. I teach them lessons. I show them parts of the books that I'm reading. I'll take a picture of something I learned. I share how to buy your drinks at Starbucks and how to get a cleaner coffee. I might occasionally post my Shakeology, but I think I've done it 3 times in the last 3 months. But you guys know because y'all follow me, that I'm not like nasty, icky, gooey Beachbody. You know what I mean? Like, half the time people don't even know that I am Beachbody until I literally have to tell them. Like, they don't know just by looking at my social media feed that I'm a Beachbody coach. They don't say Ashlee network marketer. That's not what they think of first. So anyone that joins my team, I teach you guys like how to be authentically you and how to share your heart and your story in an authentic way that it doesn't sound salesy and icky and gooey. You know, I don't think you guys would have trusted me to be on here if you thought I was going to like sell to you this whole time. It's your call. I'm here to honor you. And if you do become a coach, you get to decide discount, hobby, part-time, full-time. You decide, and then I help you set goals according to that. So if you want to just pay off debt and you need to make $500 a month to pay off some debt, cool. How about a family vacation every 6 months? Okay, what does that look like? How about I hate my job and I want to replace it? Okay, then we got to really talk about what that looks like, right? And my story goes way deeper than that financially, but that's not what's important today. I never lead with the money. I always just say like it's fulfillment here first. And if you always lead with your heart, then you'll never regret what you do. So give it some thought and think about it. It may just be step 1. I'm going to do a discount and just like be a fly on the wall in Ashlee's next group and kind of watch from over here. So I've been a challenger. Now I'm going to be a coach, but I'm still going to be a challenger, but I'm going to watch how she does it. And I'm going to learn for 30 days how she does it. Then I might take some action. Or you might be my personality type where I'm like, teach me, let's go. I don't know what I'm doing, but teach me, let's go. it's different learning styles, right? So give it some thought, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm going to unmute you just in case you have any questions before we are done. So unmuting. And it's always the same questions typically. So your question's not going to be dumb. So, don't judge your questions. Just ask them.
Okay, so I think for me, it's just, I guess I need help trying to figure out what I need to do to help me figure out what I want out of this, I guess. Like, I feel like I can say I want to go all in, but I don't really know, like, I can't quite figure out what steps or, like, I don't know. I guess I just want to jump in instead of taking baby steps. So I don't know, like, I don't know quite kind of like, I know what I want, but I don't know, like, if I should start small and then make baby steps, or do I just jump in and say I'm all in and I want to go, like, to the top? Like, I guess that's what I need help figuring out. If that makes sense.
It was asking me to upgrade, and then it took me to a different screen, and I couldn't see you guys anymore, but I'm back. And then my dog was barking, so I had to go put her outside because she was just like, ah! Okay, so here I am. Okay, so my dog was barking half the time you were talking, Tiffany, and I was muting myself so you didn't have to hear it.
That's okay.
You're saying you don't know where you, like your personality, you want to dive in, but you don't really know where to start. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, sort of. So it's like, I feel like I'm doing a little bit each day, but it's like I can either get like super overwhelmed and like just like not know where to start, or I can jump in. I think it's just, I guess it's me thinking too hard about it instead of just being myself and like being okay with that. But I just feel like there's a lot of little things right now that I feel like is holding me back from getting the most out of this. Right now, I think my biggest challenge is just trying to find a balance between my day job, because that still has to happen to pay the bills, but then finding that time, I guess, every day, like how long, or like what would you recommend the amount of time I should be putting in to get the most out of each day to help me keep a balance, I guess. Because I don't want to do too much and then I'm like kind of skipping steps or not doing enough, and then I don't get to where I want to be, I guess.
That's good. So the bare minimum, we call them our vital behaviors in coaching. That's honestly, wake up every morning, have your shake and whatever else goes with it. All right. So being a product of the product. So you're having Shakeology and you're doing your workout, bare minimum. Okay. Then you're reading for personal development. So that's something I love about this company. I don't know if every company has their coaches do this, but our company says you should read minimum 10 pages a day. So drink your shake, work out, 10 pages a day. That is your, I'm going to say your 3. There's 4 vital behaviors, but you don't need to worry about the 4th one because it's just like, it's like having a challenge group and recognition stuff. That doesn't really matter. So if you do those 3 things a day, Tiffany, then you can already feel good about doing what you need to do, right? Because you're fueling you first. It's about you first before you can ever take care of other people. So then you take a step further and you say, okay, now I've read my 10 pages. What did I learn from today? How can I turn this into a message for people that care to watch me on social media, or and usually it's social media that gives us an outlet, right, to inspire someone. So it would be not beneficial of us to not use social media. I would encourage every coach to use social media, and I know you guys are, so I'm not talking to you guys. Some people like don't want to at all, so that's a little different game. So then you take what you learn and you're like, okay, I'm going to share my thought. I'm going to take this message. I'm going to share my thought on social media and maybe attach a picture to it so that it feels personal. So that person out there sees this picture of me, gets this message, and feels connected. That is your second thing that you do after you do your vital behaviors. You do your posting, right? You're putting something out to the world so that they feel drawn to you, and they maybe ask you questions, or maybe they just say thank you, and it opens up avenues for conversation. Then once you start to build this rapport with people as a coach that's working, you might eventually lead into a conversation that says, hey, Susie, like, I know we've had a few conversations and you've talked about how you are miserable at your job. You feel super depressed, or you're going through a breakup or a divorce, whatever you guys have spoken about. Have you ever thought about, like getting involved with a group of us and just having some emotional support, some support from me? I can help you. I'm an accountability coach. That gives you the option to send out the invitation for this person to join you in your next group. And your next group could be a 5-day commit to you challenge. It does not have to be MM 100 days. You know what I mean? It can be so small. It could just be get your life together 5 days. Like that's the theme, get your life together. And over 5 days, you're teaching people to wake up early, to drink their coffee and their shake. If they end up ordering Shakeology, they don't have to. But you're teaching them what they need to know, or what they need to do in order to lead a more productive life. So it's whatever you want to make it. I think we do overthink it. We think it has to be this glorious group.
Yeah.
Ashley's done with 100 days and we're reading Miracle Morning and she gets on there and she does live videos. I'm not ready for that. You don't have to do any of that stuff. I've been in it for 2 years. I'm comfortable in front of the camera. But you guys need to take baby steps. And it's just like, just one little baby, just tippy toe in the water, just touch the water. And it doesn't have to be huge. Yeah. And that's it.
Okay, that's super helpful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Small.
Okay. Baby steps.
What about, if somebody wanted to consider even attempting to be a coach, but your network is already committed elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have outside communities other than people I used to work out with, and I know what they love to do, and it may not be Beachbody. And I go to Cycle Bar, right? And I don't know a lot of people there. So what if your community that already exists is small? How do you feel the potential of being able to be a coach and reach out to those people?
Well, I'll tell you, that's a great question. So me doing everything that I do, I have exposure to a lot of people, but I can also look at it like that in that, well, Cycle Bar already has Cycle Bar, and BYB already has Pilates, yoga, and this. And when I used to teach at Sky, it's like everybody went to the gym. So why would they ever want to be a body person? Why would they ever? There's something that everybody needs, and they usually don't even know what it is until we come and give them an answer to it. So it's like they may be at BYB taking hot yoga and Pilates and doing all those classes, but what are they doing for cardio? Nothing, right? So maybe Beachbody, BOD, Beachbody on Demand, ends up being a solution to the thing that they're missing out on. Or Cycle Bar people. What do Cycle Bar people need more than anything? Some kind of strength and stretch. All they're doing is cycling. Those people that only have the Cycle Bar membership and that's all they do, they are one-dimensional in their fitness. They're asking for injury. So that's the route I take when I'm talking to Cycle Bar people. And I mean, I don't have a conversation with all of them. I make sure it feels right in order to have that conversation with them. But I mean, if we're in conversation and this is all they do and I know it and they trust me at this point, then I'm going to say, girl, because I got 5 people in my head right now that I need to say this to. You need some kind of stretch in your life because your hip flexors are so shot that you're maxed out. You are never going to be better. And if you are about performance, which I know this one person is that I'm thinking of, you want to be better, you need to start doing some kind of plyo or some kind of yoga. VOD has that for you. So I use Beachbody on Demand as a solution to what's missing in their life. So start thinking specific. You know all these people that are already in their zone or in their realm, but what's missing and what avenue you take? Maybe it's just that they need some nutrition in their life. Maybe it's that they need energized supplementation so that they can perform better at the gym. So it's about to kick us off. I'm going to restart this and we're going to hop back on for Q&A and I will stay with you guys and answer all the rest of your questions. Okay. All right. You guys in 2 seconds. End and jump back on.
Okay.